It's too many characters that we want already. And then plus you already know that they're gonna release new characters. They're gonna release new characters. So we already limited on who we gonna have coming back anyway. And then on top of that, they base stuff off their storyline. So it's some people that we not gonna have anyway. So why are we wasting it with guest characters? Triple KO podcast. Shout out to Maximilian Dude, Mac Muscles, and Jay Wong. They do a podcast, and based on that podcast, Justin Wong had put out a tweet. They were talking about his tweet where he was talking about what characters he doesn't want to come back in Street Fighter 6, and basically he just basically said every grappler from Street Fighter 4. But basically,
I agree.
so basically, that the topic evolved into what characters that they do want to see come back. And Justin Wong said in his comments a lot, he got people saying that they want no more guest characters in Street Fighter 6. It needs to be no more guest characters. It's too many characters in the Street Fighter universe that I want for you to be giving me more guest characters. And I even been seeing people online that saying like, you know, the luster that once was guest characters in fighting games have wore off because it seemed like people do it so much. It's not special anymore. So we'll go ahead and answer the question. Do you feel like Street Fighter 6 needs more guest characters, or do you feel like they just need to stop? Like, look, I got my characters that I want. Chill out. Because honestly, realistically, if we go off history, we're about to reach season 3 of Street Fighter 6. Typically, what Street Fighters have like 5 to 6 seasons. So really, we only got season 3, 4, 5, and 6 left. If we're only getting 4 per season, if they keep it up, that means there's only 16 characters left. We can definitely think of 16 Street Fighter 6 characters that we want to come back into the game. Definitely. So, how do you guys feel about it? Well, I ain't asking y'all. I'm asking us. What's wrong with me? Mr. Game Enough, how you feeling about this?
I definitely still want guest characters. I think the guest characters is
This Mike.
It's a dope idea. I mean, what's the earliest game I can think of that had guest characters?
Who did it before Soul Calibur 2?
I want to say there might have been some guests before that, but
I mean,
that's
of
like,
course, you had the crosses in the same universe, like Art of Fighting did it. Fatal Fury did it. But as far as like true guests, like the first guest was Akuma is City of the Wolves. I mean, not City of the Wolves.
Children of
Adam.
Adam. Yeah, I think that was probably one of the first ones. Yeah, and of course, like Soul Calibur 2 is like infamous for like Heihachi, Link, and Spawn, which was crazy. So I still want guest characters. Now I can agree with what they're saying. Like if you do have that's what maybe 20 characters in Street Fighter 6 now. I think. Like, how many characters in Street Fighter 6 now? It's not a whole. If it's more than 20, it's not a whole lot more than 20. But having two, like I could see like having both Mai and Terry, it should have just been one or the other. You know, Terry's a poster boy, so it should just been like Terry, and then the next season you have another. I think a guest character per season, I feel would be the right thing to do. And I mean, in this case, I don't think it's that bad because we've had 5 characters. The first season had all Street Fighter characters.
I think it's 28. I think it's 28 characters in Street Fighter 6 right now, if you include Elena.
You talking about okay.
Yeah, it was 18 on the base roster. Then we got 4 per season, and then it's 2 seasons.
Okay, that's right. I don't know why. Just every time I look at the character select screen, it don't look like it's that many. But yeah, I could see like having 2 guest characters in a season. But this is like I said, we had 5. We had 4 at the first onset. You had Ed, Rashid, Akuma, and Aki, and then you had Bison. And then I think after that was Terry, I believe. Yeah. So I get it. Like you want to make sure to have your Street Fighter characters. I mean, my boy Guy. I like Kimberly. She's a dope character, but that boy Guy, he's just coolest ninja ever, man. You got Cody. People want Dudley back. Like, let's get Dudley back. You know, honestly, I would have probably brought Dudley back before I brought Elena back. Just me. You still got a lot of other characters from Third Strike that haven't made it back in a modern game. You got Necro. You've got we had Oro the last game, Street Fighter 5. You got Necro, you've got 12, which people probably don't really care about. We got Remy. So there's still some characters out there that we haven't had back in the game in a while. Sean. Is it somebody I'm missing? I think that's it. But yeah, I can agree with that. Like, make sure you take care of the characters that are already in that game's universe. But I'm definitely for guest characters. It shakes things up. I mean, if I could, I know we didn't get her in Tekken 8. We got Clive. If I get Tifa in Street Fighter, man, or something like one of the Turks characters, like Reno or something, or Rude, that'd be so dope. Um, or even Yuffie, like that'd be kind of cool. But yeah, I think it's dope, man. Like having guest characters in games, it just shakes it up. I mean, you get to see like, yeah, you be like, man, this character be cool in this universe or this fighting game, and then they finally do it. It's just like it's so dope to see. Um, I think that like a KI character could be cool in something like Guilty Gear because I think those worlds are pretty similar, like very hardcore middle, like these raw types of fighting games, and these characters are like so unique. But yeah, I don't think we should do away with guest characters. Just make sure that you like take care of your own universe first, and then throw like some dope guest character in there. And I mean, honestly, with Maya and Terry, if anything, I'm pretty sure I'm on the same wavelength as everybody else. There's probably confirmation that something Capcom versus SNK is coming. That's what I'm thinking. So I'm fine with those two. If that means we get a new fighting game CVS 3, I'm cool with that. I mean, we also got 2 Street Fighter characters in City of the Wolves, so you know. But yeah, I'm definitely for guest characters.
Well, I'm sorry I had to sit there and let Mr. Game and Love spit that poppycock to y'all, but he's a part of the show, so
Man, they know
we
what the truth is, man.
we
They
have
know
to
what the
give him
truth
his
is.
respect for him to even spit some fallacies. We definitely don't need more guest characters in Street Fighter 6. Now, I'm not saying like
Man,
look,
crazy.
I'm not saying like point blank period. Look, like there needs to be no more like Street Fighter don't need to do it. It was fantastic that Street Fighter actually did this because we know Street Fighter has a history of not having guest characters. This is the first time that they've ever done it. Uh so that's exciting. I'm not saying like let's take that away, but they just released 2 per season. They just released 2 this season. If anything, you should do it like Tekken, and it should be 1 per season if you gonna have any, because we've come so far in Street Fighter Six's history. Like, look, we have characters that we ain't seen since Alpha 3. Some people want Saddam back. He been back since Alpha 3. That's crazy. That's crazy. And there's no reason why he shouldn't come back. So I feel like, and if there are going to be more guests in Street Fighter 6, it definitely doesn't need to be in season 3 because we just had 2 in season 2. That should take care of season 3. And then plus Street Fighter don't have this history anyway. So it's like, what's up with y'all changing now? But like, I mean, just as far as characters, I like to see come back. And like I said, there's probably only gonna be 16 characters if Street Fighter 6 releases this up. If they keep doing how they've been doing it. I got Adon, Sagat, Sakura, Fei Long, G, Guy, Gil, the twins, Yuri, and Rolento. That's 10 right there. I won't. Just me. Just me. And I even added some third strike characters, even though I'm not like, it's fault. I guess not as fond of third strike, but it ain't the one I hype up like y'all crazy. But I at least gotta respect that they should be in here. We're closest to their timeline. So I mean they Capcom, look, listen to me. I ain't never said nothing wrong, except for that Nick All-Star stuff. They won't ever let me live that down. But I ain't ever told you nothing wrong. Do not release no more guest characters. It's too many characters that we want already. And then plus you already know that they're gonna release new characters. They're gonna release new characters. So we already limited on who we gonna have coming back anyway. And then on top of that, they base stuff off their storyline. So it's some people that we not gonna have anyway. So why are we wasting it with guest characters? They was literally gonna release it for Elena. They was literally gonna release a new character because they was like, well, but the story we want to do African character, so let's make a new African character. But they was like, well, if we did that, then they'll probably get rid of Elena if the character come out and be a smash. Like for example, people love Aki, so what's the chances you go see Fang again? Probably not, because people love Aki more. They like him. I'm sorry, Mr. Gabula. So they was basically like, look, we want Elena. We don't want to be a situation where Elena's never gonna come back again. So let's not just release, a new African character. Let's bring Elena back. So they let you know they do stuff based off story. So we already limited. We don't need no guests. We need the people that we want already. Don't do it. Anything else you want to say, Mr. Gabula?
I mean, you know, all I say is that people know the truth when they hear the truth. The truth has a resounding, you know, vibration, and people can feel it when they know they're hearing the truth. Still do this guest characters, like I said. I mean, I even said they just put one in at a time, you know. But I still think it just shakes up things. You get to see
Well, they
some
need
character
the
in.
Capcom need the well, they already trying to be a live service model anyway. So how about y'all just start releasing more characters per season? Why don't you really make it up to 5?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we need so. I mean, it's crazy that y'all trying to be in a live service era. Y'all trying to be all this new stuff, but then we be waiting like gaps of time between characters.
I mean, but this is also a game where they're focusing on this battle pass, which sucks. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're making the best decisions on a lot of this stuff in this game with DLC. So um, they giving us Ninja Turtle costumes for $16 a pop. You
Not
know,
even
when
in
we could have
versus.
just
My goodness.
when we could have just had actual. Do you know how dope that would have been to have a Ninja Turtle in Street Fighter? Now that would have been a guest character. Baki, you had those costumes. Why not just do those as guest characters? Maybe the guest characters later down the line. I don't know. But yeah, I still want guest characters. Let's go ahead and get that Mortal Kombat versus Street Fighter real thing. Go ahead and put Scorpion in the game. For all those people that remember the Flash games back in school, Street Fighter versus MK. Let's go ahead and make that a thing. Because we need it at the very least. Liu Kang. But yeah, I think guest characters still needed. I mean, we saw one of our beloved Street Fighter characters go to another universe and utterly and completely dominate. And that's Akuma, because he just seems to not want to lose. And wherever he's at, you could probably put Akuma in as a guest character in 2K, and he's probably still gonna win. Put him in Madden, he's still gonna win. But yeah,
Natsu.
I still like guest characters, man. I think it's dope. Like I said, when I first saw Link in Soul Calibur, I'm like, bro, is this real? Like, this is like one of my favorite games of all time. And then to see one of these characters in it, and he was translated. That's the thing I like to see. I like to see how can they translate these characters that come from other universes, sometimes not even fighting games. How do they translate those characters into a fighting game character? And when you do a good job, I just love to see that. It's like a marvel. You're just marveling at like how well they translated this character from whatever universe to a fighting game setting in this game. That's what I love to see. So that's why I like guest characters. I just like seeing that just going from one universe to the next, you know. So yeah. I will say though, like I said earlier, probably just make it one per. Because I mean, there's a long litany of Street Fighter characters that we still have out there that have not been back in Street Fighter. So I mean, who knows? By the end of Street Fighter 6, it might be 50 characters in the game, just like Street Fighter 5 was. So never know.
Yeah, I figured y'all would rather see me adjust my fit than listen to that. But so we can go ahead and move on to our next topic. You know, it's not much. We can't help them. You know, poor child,
They
poor
probably turned
child,
the screen on once you started talking. They
poor
probably just
child.
turned the screen on.
Well, if they did, they definitely didn't cut it back on to hear you.
Oh, they did, man. That's feeding the truth, man.